Hello there. Yeah. Hey, Mark. All right. So I'm in Columbus, Ohio right now. I'm in a hotel room. I'm participating in their 42nd annual jazz festival. They just came back from their student concert. I saw their big band. They were great. And yeah, and I'll be playing with them. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Jeremy. I'll be playing with them on Saturday night, and they're going to be streaming it. What's up, Tim? They're going to be streaming it here on YouTube, and I'll put the link up as soon as I get it. I actually have it, but I'll put it up later. I don't want to confuse anybody by putting it up early. Is what only 40 seconds long? Chip, what is only 40 seconds long? I don't know what you're talking about. So, does it? Well, I've been singing a lot and talking a lot. I feel okay though. Let me take a drink. Oh, a dad joke. Sorry, you confused me. I thought there was something wrong with the video. Hey, Graham. Yeah, so I'm doing that on Saturday night at 8 p.m. It's going to be streaming. Oh, 42nd annual jazz. That's what you get for that joke. Hey, Aunt Mare, how you doing? So I'm playing with their show band, which has like background vocals, keyboard players, guitar players, horns. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, hey Woo, when's John Anderson playing? Maybe I'll go check it out. Hey Brian. Anyway, I want to show you guys this like kind of cool rig I got going on here. I'm just gonna flip the camera. Okay, so that's a water bottle. That's another. Good to see you too. That's another water bottle. Okay, so check this out. Bam! Let's move this. So here is my little practice rig. I got the HX Stomp here, which I'm absolutely loving, and I have this little Ultimate Ears monitor. It sounds really good. Here we go. It sounds amazing. It's really good. Back over. See, that's what I'm using to. Yeah, it's a good setup. It's HX Stomp right into this little guy here. This Ultimate Ears speaker. It's loud. It's pretty loud. Thank you, Richard. Fine name, a fine name. Do I know any Gentle Giant tunes? I don't. I'm sorry. Ooh, Bergen Pack. Maybe I can go to that. I might have a session though. I'll check it out. Oh, thanks, Mark. Do I use tube amps anymore, or am I all line 6? Well, you know what? I just talked about this today. I taught a guitar class, which was really cool. I have beautiful tube amps. I don't really use them because since I switched over to the Helix, I'm trying to keep my workflow all the same. So I have my sounds everywhere I go. And really, like, Tube amps are awesome, and if you use them and they work for you, that's great. But right now I'm playing in a hotel room at very low volume, and I have my sound, you know, which is pretty cool. I got right now I'm playing the Steve Morse. This is the guitar I brought with me, just because it's kind of it's a little more versatile than the Axis, because this one I can do these like in between sounds. So like, for example, I have my clean sound really isn't that clean, but it never is. So you got your regular single coil thing here. Then you have like a split thing, so you can do your right, and then you have your both pickups. Actually, that's not both pickups. That's the split thing. I think that's both pickups. Yeah, so the deal with this is the bridge. I think this is the humbucker, right? I think this is the humbucker and single coil. And I think this is like the single coil with this split. I don't remember what it is, but it sounds cool. It's a versatile guitar, and also I didn't have my Axis when I made these sounds for this gig, so I figured let me bring the guitar with me. Hello, oh, Doug, what's up, Doug? So yeah, so I figured play the guitar that I've been working with. This guitar plays great. Did you guys see the pictures I posted on Facebook today? Let's see. I'll bring it up on my phone here. I'll do this really, not an ideal way to do this, but it's a way. So, how do I make this not look like crud? Anyway. Well, anyway, you can't really see it in this picture, but that's my guitar. It looks great. That's from Federa. They're building it. It looks unbelievable. Do I set up all my guitars myself? Okay, I can. I'm not good at it, and all the great techs that I work with hate when I touch my guitars. They beg me not to do it, but I still like doing it because it's fun and it's learning a new thing. I'm not going to be live streams coming up until at least April because I'm gone for the rest of the month. I'm doing this until Monday, and then I go out back to the West Coast with Blue Oyster Cult. So having a busy month. So I got 3 sounds here for this gig. Oh, it's going to be Slime Burst on that guitar. It's going to look like my main guitar. You know, I think it's going to be the first Federa that isn't pretty. Issues with stage fright? Yeah, when I'm not prepared for something. Okay, perfect example. I'm going to be on the local news here on, I think at 6:45 a.m. on Saturday morning. And they were doing a tune I've never played before, a tune I'm familiar with but never played before, called Billy's Bounce. It's kind of tricky, and I'm nervous about it because it's not something I play a lot. So I practiced it about 100 times today. So So, you know, jazz is like something I wish I could do better, but I never get asked to do. But I've been getting asked to do it quite a bit this week, so I'm trying to like catch up. That's actually my clean sound. I like to keep a little. Can I recommend a good guitar shop? Yes, I can. What you want to do is go to New York City, get on the Staten Island ferry, and then what you want to do is you want to take a bus or a cab or an Uber to Castellano's House of Music with two convenient locations, one on Richmond Avenue and Forest Avenue, the other one on Highland Boulevard and Nelson Avenue. Those are my recommendations for guitar shops. And you might even see my dad, and they might buy a slice of pizza. So this is my clean sound right now. It's not a little gritty. But I like having a little grit in the clean sound, because this way I can always roll my tone back, to my volume back, and get an actual clean sound. Oh, I got this other new thing here. Check out this little clip-on tuner. It's kind of discreet. I don't like when they look too big. But let me see. Does it work? Yeah, it works. Can you see this? I don't think you can see it. Doesn't track the E too well, but yeah, it's okay. It's all right. So I got that. That's my, like, it's not really clean, but it's, I consider something clean if I can play open chords with it, you know? Yeah, the room's nice though. And I got my crunch sound. And then I got my kill cheese sound. It was funny, I had to answer at a bunch of college students today at a class, and I had to answer the question, why don't I use my pinky? I was like, I don't mean to not use my pinky, it just sort of happens. So now I'm like self-conscious about my pinky. So I'm trying to like use my pinky more because I'm thinking about it. Am I a fan of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway? I sure am. In fact, on the Band Geek podcast channel, there is a great cover that well, I think it's great, a great cover that we did of that song. Thank you, Cheryl. Whoop. This HX Stomp thing, I'm really digging this. What can I say about the Pod HD Pro? Is that the same as, that's the rack version of the 500, right? I used that for years. I loved it. until the Helix came out. The weak spot on the weak thing about the HD series were the cabinets. They were good, but not great. The preamps were fine. The effects were fine. I ended up using a power amp with it and going into a 4x12 Marshall. But with the HX and Helix series, the cab simulations are very good, and the fact that you can use third-party IRs is great. You got a stomp too? Yeah, this thing is. I wasn't sure about this thing. I was like, I don't know if I need it. It's kind of small, but like I'm in love with this thing. This is so cool. Yeah, the form factor. Like I was gonna bring my Helix on this particular trip, but I was traveling by myself, and I didn't want to carry the Helix and a guitar on the plane, so I ended up just throwing this in my guitar bag, and yeah, it's working out really well. It's great. It's awesome. So I got some other sounds to show you guys. Oh, here are my new basic rich sounds that are available. Cool, man. Oh, that's cool. The Strandberg's headless, right? Right, Daryl? Rick, with Blue Oyster Cult, no, we have good road cases that belong to the band. But when I travel by myself to do a gig, yeah, I carry my guitar on the plane. This is a good sound. This speaker's a little dark. Let me bring some of this treble back, because I kind of did a crazy high cut on this, as I do very often. Good. Cheryl, it's a sickness. I don't know if you want to go down that rabbit hole. Oh, thanks, Mark. Thank you. I haven't heard a new Dream Theater album yet, but I love the new Queensryche album. I've listened to it a bunch of times already. I love it. It's a great album. Great. Does the playing bother them? I mean, my guitar is actually quieter than my voice right now. Hey Jason, everybody go check out Jason's channel. He's an amazing guitar player. He's got some really good Ajax and Helix videos. Yeah, Jason, I'm using this bad boy today and listening to it through this one. Thanks, dude. This is the, I don't know what they call it, but this is an Ultimate Ears, yeah, Ultimate Ears something. something or other. Ultimate ear speaker. This tone is posted. This tone is called Basic Rich. It's on the. It's already on the custom tone site. All right. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Jason got his article published. That's amazing. D Shibs, any thoughts on the Firehawk effects? You know, oh, I think maybe someone called the hotel on me. Might be playing too loud. But anyway, I hear the walkie-talkies outside. They're coming to get me. Okay, I think that the thing about the Firehawk is that it's made for a different kind of consumer, different budget. Like the HX products they're a little pricey, and now I'm whispering while we wait for the fuzz to pass. No, but they're a little pricey. So if you're like sort of a bedroom guitar player, someone who just wants to jam in your living room, I think that stuff is definitely the move. But I don't know if I would take that on a gig. I think it's more of a home thing, and which is fine, and it's easy to use. You can program it from your iPad. I had one. I liked it. It was fun. It was fun to play with. But I think for me, for the type of stuff I do, the HX series is more my speed. I hope that answers the question. Lucky Jones, I bought a Helix, and I'm a little intimidated by it. I run back to tube amps and pedals. Okay, yeah, it can be, but you have to just not be afraid to screw things up. You know what I mean? You have to, mess with things. Like if something doesn't, and Jason can attest to this too, if you're still on here, Jason. If you're playing a tone of the Helix and it doesn't sound good to you, you're not done yet. You know what I mean? Like, don't stop messing with the tone until you're 100% satisfied with it, or else, why bother? If you're 100% satisfied with the sound of your tube amp, that's great. But if you're like me, I have that like don't take no for an answer kind of attitude with gear. It's like no, this gear has to do what I want it to do, or else I'm getting rid of it. But with the Helix stuff, what they give you, like VIRs, make it very easy to get good sounds, and then they give you parametric EQ and all these different like compressors and tools. So like if you have with a little bit of patience and some know-how, you can do it. But in terms of programming, it's super easy to do it. And you can like another thing that it's cool to do is like you can make different versions of the same sound. So like if you have a sound and you're afraid of screwing it up, copy it to a new space, a new preset, and make some drastic changes, and then go back and forth and see which one you like better. I don't judge anybody for using gear. Gear's not right. Yeah, so it's good. What Jason just said, right? Copy and paste so you don't worry about destroying a preset. But yeah, I don't judge anybody based on gear. I that's like a YouTube troll thing. Like if you said you don't like the Zoom, but if you bought the Zoom and the Zoom sounds awesome and it's fulfilling all your needs, great. I mean, look, I use a ton of Zoom gear. I have Zoom cameras. I have Zoom recorders. I think the Zoom L12 is one of the best products to come out in the last 10 years. It's amazing. But yeah, I never shame anybody for gear. Like, use what you want to use what you're comfortable with, use what it's, you don't have to have my sound, you have to have your sound, and you have to be comfortable with it. Oh, it sounded a little too produced. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can always tweak it, but and you also have to know when to cut your losses with a piece of gear, like or compromise, supplement, like with the HD 500 when I was using that. I knew that I had to get an external power amp and a cabinet with that. That was the only way I was gonna be happy with it, and that's what I got, and it worked. I'm looking. Guys, I am. I'm like, I think they went away. I heard the walkie-talkies outside. I'm like, oh crap, they're coming. But I think I'm good now. I'm trying to be quiet. I never tried the Bogner DT amps. Someone just asked me what was the first shred lick I ever learned. I mean, like, I guess everybody learned the I'm gonna lower this now. Like, with Van Halen stuff, like tapping. That was the first thing. I don't know, proper shred. I'm trying to think. Like an actual shred thing. Yeah, okay. This is the first. You know what the thing is? I never liked, when I was a kid, I didn't like shred. I didn't like metal or anything like that. So, the first like solo I ever learned that was like semi-shreddy was Nuno. That one. Yeah. That's the wrong key, but whatever it is, Oh, Jason, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we did that that album is, I think that album was in 2005. That's old now. But yeah, I'm proud of that album. Thank you. Two-part invention with me and Andy Escalise. Thank you. Yeah, Jim, rest in peace. You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cheat this. I'm gonna put the speaker right near my iPad. He's in. Let's see. He probably plays over here. Thank you, Jason. Oh, that's so nice of you to say. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Chip, did I have to focus a lot on hand synchronization? Okay. The problem is there are guys who are very fast with this, so they can do like here so you can see it. And there are guys who can go, play fast here, but that shouldn't be a thing. Like the speed of something shouldn't be dictated by how fast either of your hands can play or can go. It should be dictated by the fastest tempo at which you can play something cleanly. So the way I practice it, okay, like here's a lick that I like, right? I do it a lot, but right? So if I play it like this, and it sounds like crap, that means I can't play it that fast. So, you know, what you want to do is practice with a metronome and make sure it's grooving, like, you know. Like, that's the idea. Make sure it's like, even when you're playing like shred, even if you're playing Yngwie Malmsteen, even if you're doing, you know, right? You still want to hear. You still want to feel that pulse with it. And this way, when it gets faster, because the problem is if it's not grooving at the slow tempo, when you bring it up to the fast tempo, it's going to sound like crap. It's going to just sound sloppy. So the more you can focus on, like, almost like picture like or imagine like a funk beat in your head while you're practicing, like even like, you know, Trilogy here, like, right? Because then you hear it start to groove, and then when you play it fast, you get it cleaner. You know what I mean? You know, where it's not just like, so a lot of people hate the that stage when you're learning something fast, like the slow stage, the slow metronome stage. You should enjoy that, and I'll tell you why you should enjoy that, because that is your time to focus on groove. It's your time to focus on technique, make sure it sounds clean, and it's the only time you're going to get to do that. Because once you get it fast, you're never going to go back to that unless you're super disciplined, but you're probably not going to go back to that. So this is your time to make sure all of the good habits follow you through to all the tempos. Hope that helps. Chords that don't fit the Reaper? Yeah, it's easy. It's A minor, G, F, and sometimes A. How long should it take to play proficiently, like a fast line? This is how you have to look at it. It's not about. You should be playing it proficiently immediately, but okay. So let's take a look at that Yngwie line again, right? Like, here's the deal. If you can play it this fast, let me play it right now. You're playing it proficiently. You're just playing it at that tempo. So don't think about it as, oh, I can't play this proficiently. The question you have to answer is, at what tempo can you play it proficiently? If it's super duper slow, that's okay, but you have to know that tempo. Right? And then that's how you're going to meter your practice, because then the next time you practice, say that's, I don't know what tempo it is, say that's like 60 BPM, right? And then you say, okay, well, last time I could play it proficiently at 60 BPM. My next goal, next time I sit down, maybe, is to get this up to 70 BPM. And then, you know, before you know it, you'll be able to do it quickly. But don't think about it like how, I know you didn't mean it like this, but like, just don't think about it as proficiency. It's like every time you play it has to be done proficiently, just at the slowest possible tempo. Not the slowest possible tempo, at the fastest possible tempo where you can play it where it sounds great. Will Band Geek ever tour? I'd like to. The thing is, here's my my statement on that statement. the thing is, people see a bunch of people. Oh, hi Lou. People see a bunch of like friends in a basement playing, and they're under the impression that, um, oh, like I want to get the band geeks to play, so why don't you just come down to my bar in Minneapolis, say for example. And then I say, okay, how? You know, like the thing is, it's a money thing because if Band Geek wants to do touring gigs, then oh, hi Anderson from Brazil, we need to charge what a touring band charges. So even though we look like a bunch of friends in a basement would play, which is what we are, because we all live around my house, um, you know, the logistics of doing that, and then also like, you know, Andy Graciano and Anne Marie are teachers, so they'd have to miss work, so they have to be paid. You know, so it's not. So it's like it's a fun thing when it's in my basement when it's at everybody's leisure, but if we were to go on tour, we'd have to charge what a touring band charges, and not just to pay ourselves, but to get plane tickets and you know lug around equipment and get someone to mix and get someone to help us with the gear. So it's like we've gotten a few inquiries about it, and I say, okay, it's going to cost this much money, and then people are surprised, like, oh, but you're not a professional national touring band, you're just a bunch of guys in the basement, and I think, well, yeah, we are, but like, if you want us to get out of the basement, it costs a lot of money, just like it does with any other band. No, I don't. I'll see you later, Graham. No, I don't fault anybody for thinking that, like, oh, you look at these guys just hanging out, and like, because that's what we are doing. But it doesn't cost us anything to do that. Once we have to go travel somewhere, it costs us something. So that's why we have to charge. And that's why. So I've gotten maybe half a dozen emails for people asking us to do gigs, and I say, this is what it costs, and then then I don't hear back from them. So I think I'm gonna, unless there's any more questions, I think I'm gonna call this stream because I gotta save my voice for Saturday. That's my fake Franken Bialik. All right, guys. I guess that's it. I enjoyed spending almost 40 minutes with you. Wow. Okay. Well, hello from and goodbye from Ohio State. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jason, for stopping in. You were a great help. Ciao. See you later. And I'll be on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming from Ohio State, Music's YouTube page, and you're gonna be able to see that show streaming live. Anderson, I think Satriani is awesome.